All right, pre-show shenanigans. We haven't done it the last two episodes. We've been kind of testing some new things recently. All right, and so far it's kind of looked like pre-show shenanigans might be on the way out, but this time we do have
It might
something.
be a post-show shenanigans.
That might be
moving forward.
There might be a secondary show thing. We'll see. We'll see how things go.
Well,
You guys can comment, so let us know what you want. But
actually,
have some interaction from us, guys. Let's get some interactions going. All right, you interact on TikTok enough and Instagram. Just saying.
Yeah, I trust me. I've been fighting you guys in TikTok.
Those have been wars going on for like weeks now. It's been bad. We've won them all, by the way. But this one is sports related. Okay, last episode we talked about the Masters dinner, the award ceremony, all that stuff being technically the best award ceremony in all of sports. All right, we were talking about different dinners last time, and the Masters dinner, I guess this is coming out on Thursday. The Masters dinner was Tuesday night. Okay. Yeah. There was a post, the pick'ems, 5, 4, 3, 2, $1, whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want to mix and match,
of course.
Right?
Uh-huh.
There was a post like that came from Front Office Sports with a list of appetizers, list of main course, and list of desserts. Obviously, last time you and I kind of came up with our own. I had the Choco Taco. Want to put a finger up for that one. That was an elite. That was an elite response.
The greatest call
of all time. I don't think that can
credit where credit's due.
But this one, there's a preset list that we're going to go to. I know you and I are both looking out at this. For anybody, obviously, that's not us, can't see it. I know the unnamed intern is not putting this up on the screen.
I'm pulling up real quick.
I'll list these out for us. Okay, appetizers, main courses, and desserts. Appetizers, the mini sliders, pigs in a blanket, sushi, and Canadian beer. Okay.
All right. Let's go through all of them. But
main course,
appetizers alone, we got a lot to discuss.
Main course, ribeye. I believe that's John Rahm this year who had you've seen the video of that, right? There was a video of it.
The dinner.
They videoed it. It looks phenomenal. Looks great. There's a ribeye, Texas barbecue, surf and turf, and burgers and fries. The Tiger Woods iconic 1998, and dessert skillet cookie, lychee sorbet, tiramisu, and churros. Those are our options here. I'll start. All right, I'll start with mine.
You want to go selections while we pick here, or are we going to break down these appetizers? Because my God, what an elite assortion for these appetizers.
I'm just interested. I don't feel like Canadian beer is like an appetizer. That's like its own thing.
Oh, I just think that's the funniest thing.
No, it is
what's
funny. It is very funny. But I mean, if you were to ask me, my
like,
1, 2, 3
is Canadian food that bad that it's like we got to make beer the appetizer? Because like,
I feel like there's probably other options that are appetizer. You know what it is?
Poutine.
Yeah, poutine.
Right.
But you know what it is? So many people probably have chosen either sushi or mini sliders or something like that. They were just like, we have to choose one person. And I
think not the pigs in a blanket, elite. I think that's elite. I love that. Now
I feel like if you want to go like pure American, you go pigs in a blanket, Texas barbecue, skillet cookie. Pure American.
Yes.
Burgers and fries could be substituted.
In theory,
that is a substitute.
Burgers
but
and
Texas
fries,
barbecue, Texas barbecue. Now my 1, 2, 3, my 1, 2, 3 is sushi, ribeye. Give me those churros. But that's just me. You could go burger down, by the way. Mini sliders, burgers, and fries.
Just go burger down.
burger down.
Now, my first thought, like, I'm staring at appetizers first, which is definitely not how you should do this. You should base it off the main course. And if I'm looking at these main courses, the safe answer is definitely ribeye. Like, you can't go wrong there. You know what you're going to get, and it's 100% going to meet your expectations.
I see what you did
there. But when it comes to surf and turf, an excellent surf and turf, you kind of get the best of both worlds, okay?
But that ribeye, by the way, that's not a normal ribeye. You know that, right?
No, I know. It's the elite Spanish ribeye.
Yeah, that's the one where they have like it's on like a giant like hook, and they're like they need to carve that thing.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna compare main courses, I think we're looking at potential, right? We're looking at ceiling here. give me the surf and turf over ribeye. But if we're looking at appetizers, sushi's far and away the best, and you're not going to do sushi
there's no ceiling or floor here. All of them are at their ceilings. Like it doesn't get better than the food you're about to get there if you're at that dinner. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. Shit. I actually think I'd still opt in for the ribeye. I think the easy answer is a sushi ribeye, appetizer, main course combo, dessert. You kind of can't go wrong, but I feel like you just don't want to copy. If you pick tiramisu, you are wrong. You pick skillet cookie.
You're gonna pick churros. We're in agreement.
You pick skillet cookie.
I pick churros. I know we're about to be in agreement here.
So like, I personally feel like after all that stuff, I'd be stuffing my face with the sushi and the bass ribeye and give me the churros. I don't want something.
Yeah, so we're in agreement. We're in agreement. No,
I think it's
there's nothing better. There's nothing better.
Obvious selection here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Burger down is pretty. It's pretty.
Burger down so elite.
You want to do burger down, mini sliders, burgers and fries, SpongeBob Krabby Patty gummies. Burger down.
This is kind of just what I think of. Would you rather have the greatest burger on earth or the greatest ribeye?
Well, nothing's stopping it out, so I'm not going to complain.
Okay. All right. That was the politically correct answer. But
yeah, sorry.
We all know the answer at the end of the day. If you could have a 10 out of 10 ribeye or a 10 out of 10 burger, obviously we're taking the burger. Okay. All right. We all know the answers. We're obviously taking the ribeye.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, I just feel like that the Canadian beer is what caught my eye reading this post.
Interesting decisions here.
So is that like only available when the appetizers are being served? The second the main course come out, all beer gone. Now we switch to wine. Like I'm just interested. I'm interested. I want more information. That's all I
gotta talk to the master.
I have questions.
Chefs.
I have questions.
How do you is there a special preparation for that appetizer? Like, are they?
Yeah, like, I have a lot of questions. Like, I don't know if a German guy has ever won the Masters, but they should just do Oktoberfest, only beer for the whole dinner.
It's gonna turn into that scene from Happy Gilmore where they're in the bar and. You know, that scene they're breaking glasses and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why I instantly just started thinking of the Catalina wine mixer. But
iconic.
That could also play. It would be funny if just on that Tuesday, all previous Master winners fly out to Catalina, come back on Wednesday. We host this dinner on its own island off the coast, guys. This is very exclusive. Not that type of island.
Course there.
Public islands that everyone goes to and knows.
There needs to be some clarification with that. That is
my bad. My bad.
No, that almost was disastrous.
Yeah, but on a dead serious note, the Masters dinner is what I live for when it comes to Masters week. You know, like this what I root for. I am now always rooting for a foreigner to win because I want to see these diverse menus. I want to research foods. Like some of these food items on John Rahm's menu I've just never heard of. And I'm just like, that looks
good. It looks so good.
Unbelievably good. Actually, damn it, we're here. I'm looking up worst Masters dinner of all time.
I don't honestly think I feel like one of them.
I don't think any of them are actually bad, but
who it definitely is? Bubba Watson. It's definitely a Bubba Watson.
I'm gonna guess it's because he's like plain chicken breast.
Yeah,
no seasoning.
He's hamburger no bun type guy.
Jack Nicklaus claims that Matsuyama's was the best they've ever had.
That does not surprise me.
Not surprised at all.
No.
I'm trying to find. Yeah, Bubba Watson.
I think it was Bubba literally
Watson's
just
the unanimous worst. He's won it twice, and he did not change the menu at all when he won it the second time 2 years later.
He didn't learn from the first time.
He was getting complaints after the first one. He won it 2 years later, and I arguably think he kept the menu the same just to spite all the former Masters. What did he get?
I'm guessing like purely English food.
No. I'm not even sure how we'd classify this other than just like mid-Thanksgiving. Caesar salad, chicken breast. That's the main course, chicken breast, green beans, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, corn, and for dessert, vanilla ice cream. I mean, wow.
Talk about basic. It's like if you asked like a 6-year-old, what do you want to eat
straight
tonight?
Up. No, I
would be surprised. Actually, the salad would be surprising from the 6-year-old, but everything
it's almost
else,
like he thought of his menu 30 seconds before the deadline when he had to turn it in. He's like, mashed potatoes.
He's like
corn.
asking his kids. He's asking his kids like, "What's your favorite food?" Chicken breast. Got you. Mac. All right. Got you. So one of them says chicken tenders. Like, no, fuck that. No chicken tenders. Not allowed here.
Quote from Adam Scott. No confirmation, but I think I may have ordered it off of the Augusta menu that night. Talking about Bubba Watson's dinner.
Hey, $2 for barbecue pork sliders? Yeah, no, I'm not complaining about that.
Ooh, I actually never even considered what would be the price of eating at Augusta Country Club.
I think it's just
like the club itself. I have no idea.
Oh, no, I don't know. Yeah,
because they could 1,000,000% charge whatever the hell they want, but shit, I don't know those rates.
I don't think we ever will.
The concession rates.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever will know the real rates.
No, we will never.
We will not. We will not.
No,
we will not.
Oh no, not enough of a dimple head to ever get there. But anything else on this sweet Masters preview?
I'll have some. We can start the episode with it, actually.
Okay. All right. But without further ado, scroll up. Make sure I got my numbers right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. It is episode 212. Dan Hurley just had one of the most impressive 2-year stretches in college basketball history, the #1 prospect in baseball and #1 pick in the 2022 MLB draft out of high school. Jackson Holliday is already being called up. The 2024 NFL Athletic Beast 350-page encyclopedia just dropped with many, many interesting facts, and Everett just fought what appeared to be a fly in his room, and I believe he won.
I did not. There's there's like a family of them. There's
the fight continues. Just end of round 1. Fly won 10-9. But okay.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay. So you know what? We're gonna continue the Masters conversation. It's gonna be short. All right. We know not many of you guys are dimple heads. Maybe Tiger Woods fans, but not dimple heads. Okay.
Ironically, I would say most people I know are way more into golf than me, despite me having a much larger obsession about sports.
Talking about the Waterboy faithful here. I don't know how many people tune into golf content, us for golf content. Let's put it that way. If we were playing golf and you were talking about, your middle school golf team, maybe a little bit, but
too many stories for there. We're not going over my middle school career right now. Shout out Pars all around. You know who you are.
But two things. One, I know you're not a big dimple head, but let's give our Masters winners predictions. Okay. So pull up the odds. I recommend you pull up the odds.
I'm going to Google Masters odds, and I'm going to go with the favorite. I think it's Scotty Scheffler. I'm going to go with him. Second fun pick though.
Tiger Woods.
I'll give one fun pick.
Tiger Woods.
Ooh. I'm hammering him to make the cut 100%. There's no way he's probably going to miss the cut, right? Like he hasn't actually played in like a while, correct? Like he hasn't played in like months at a PGA event.
Yeah, no, I think it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so I mean, probably not going to make the cut, but you can't bet against Tiger to make the cut. Like that's un-American.
So here's the other thing. While you're doing your research,
yeah, I'm
in honor of the Masters,
CBS Sports.
Jerry After Dark had to complete a hole-in-one on 18 mini golf courses. He finished it in about 4 hours 30 minutes. Pretty good time.
Right now, Barstool, they have a company-wide mini golf.
Yeah, and Frank is having a meltdown. That's a different story.
Which is also probably caused by the Mets, but yes.
Grant, how long would it take you
this year?
How long would it take you to hit a hole-in-one on 18 mini golf? Hole-in-one on 18 mini golf holes.
Under
4.5 hours.
I would take the over for me, but I'm firm under on like 7 hours. I'm definitely getting it done in 7 hours.
Okay. I can see that. Okay. All right. Respectable.
Like a hole-in-one on a par 3. I mean, I don't think I can do that. I'll just get that out of the way. But when it comes to mini golf, it's like many of those, I don't know, the final or just the hole, it's just in a little circle dome and they bounce off each other.
You know what?
Like,
you know what I just realized?
It's so lucky.
Have you ever seen somebody do a live stream on a golf course, like just streaming their golf game?
I personally would never tune in for that. If given the option, I wouldn't.
Dude, I mean, if you're making it entertaining, you're like, you get to pick what club I get to use and stuff. Like, maybe a little bit.
Now you got me interested. Because I was just immediately thinking, like, shit, like, I don't even tune into
No.
They live stream the pros, but I don't watch that shit.
You're going to a public golf course. Okay. You have normal clubs.
Kind of like a Twitch chat. Picks,
right, exactly. But like then you got Twitch a random club in there. You got a random big ass crayon in there. Or
now you have me interested.
Right?
Oh, a crayon. Huh. It'd be super funny if someone just used like a massive crayon as like a putter or some shit at like a nice course.
Huh. Right? Dude, that'd be hilarious.
You'd be laughed off immediately.
Right, I'm gonna be honest. I think we might have just had an idea. We might have just came up with something.
Are we about to do the Waterboy Faithful plays golf as the Water Boys?
Yeah, we might be when I'm out in California.
Their video game character and like they just control us.
That'd be funny. That'd be like the Wii Golf.
What I'm most afraid of is that the Twitch chat will command me to slice a ball into the water, and I try to slice in the water and I don't take into account my slice, so I go past the water and don't make it in the water. I just know it would probably be amazing content. Oh my god!
I think we might have just
when
come
it
up
comes
with
to golf, like everyone likes to backseat coach golf swings online.
Exactly.
That's like, if anyone who plays golf, that's your number one activity. Like, just coming back from playing 18, you're immediately scrolling through Twitter being like, this is the worst backswing I've ever seen in my life. Learn some tempo, you dummy. Like that's what golfers, that's what the real dimpleheads live for. And if I can just act for a set, or like if I could just have one good tee shot at the start and then act a little cocky, oh boy, I know I'll get them mad. I know I'll get them mad.
Hey, we might have had an idea. I'm just saying, if you guys are interested,
I like this.
That might be great. Write that down. Write that down.
Okay. We're gonna write that down. I'm just saying, like, this could be Waterboy Faithful plays golf.
I mean, a lot of people tune in to watch Tom Brady, like Patrick Mahomes, play golf the whole set. Like
for those NFL celebrity golf matches, like Rodgers and Mickelson versus Tiger and Brady. What if there was a chat that selected like who tees off this hole, what club? Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm watching now. Yeah, you're teeing off with a putter on a.
And Phil Mickelson has like 300 on that hole alone. Oh yeah, I'm watching. Like, it's those stories of the stories of Phil Mickelson where he's just like, so like let's just do like 45 for this one. He's like, what? Like for the round? He's like, no, just this hole. Just do 45. Some light. Like what? What?
Huh? Not $45. No, 45 grand.
Hell no. $45? Phil Mickelson's laughing at that. He's like, I don't care. Like,
no, I want your college tuition on this.
No, yeah, we are putting up 2/3 USC tuition on this. This is no joke.
But anyway, okay.
Oh, you might have had an idea. Like, this might be a summer of NCAA streams and us having to hit the links.
This might be an activity for us. We might have to cook on that.
And I will say, like, this might be awful for us, but like, my brother and I are the same height and he's a lefty, so I do have lefty gloves. Just saying. You guys can really make our lives awful if you want. Lefty driver to putt. just anytime I have to chip, there's like sand wedge, make it easy, but lefty. It's just
driver.
Yeah, chip. Yeah, I want you to chip on with your hybrid 3-wood. It's like, all right, that's as much dimple information I'll give you. That's as much golf.
Okay, all right.
Knowledge.
Let's end with this. Right now. Who do you have winning the Masters?
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler. He looks like the clear favorite. I want Rory McIlroy to win. That'd be so sick. But he's finally gonna get it done. Brooks Koepka.
Give me Hideki Matsuyama.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like we honestly just gotta root for we just gotta root for the best potential dinners. Without question, gotta put my boy shit. Where is he? Minwoo Lee? Is that his name?
Could not tell you. Don't know who that is.
He's the Australian guy with the mullet, and he looks Asian. That's my guy. And I think he like broke his hand 3 weeks ago, did like a fast surgery, and he's playing in the Masters. He's like, I don't care. Suit me up, coach. I'm playing.
Sweet. Okay. All right. You know what? There's been a lot of
Minwoo Lee. I got that right on the head. Boom.
There's been a lot of stuff going on with the college football world lately. I know there's some stuff about Bear Alexander that we can get into. Also, alternatively, NCAA has been putting up game posters around colleges.
That's what I'm more excited to talk about.
We're getting awfully close now. I heard that there's stickers, by the way. They like try to college student proof those things so they don't get stolen.
Like I haven't seen any around USC's campus yet.
I haven't seen any here yet either.
Like I saw Ohio State had one. I believe
Michigan has some. Florida has some. One. Notre Dame has some.
Did Alabama, SEC. I know Ohio State, many. Michigan. I saw
Notre Dame has some. Florida. That's all I know right now.
When I was looking at them, what really caught my attention were just the players they listed, and for a lot of them, it was just biggest name players on the team. They're going to list right away. Like Michigan, first guy was Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, everyone you'd expect. Like Donovan Edwards. Ohio State, though, Everett, when they uploaded theirs, you know who was the first player listed? Julian Sand. You know who was the second player listed?
Jeremiah Smith.
Did Ohio State call up EA and they're like their starters, like promote them? I don't know.
Walk them in.
Probably not. Ohio State has a spring game this Saturday. We'll have to wait and find out then exactly how us as fans can overreact and judge our 18, 19, 20-year-old players. So I am so unbelievably excited for this spring game. This is probably the most anticipated Ohio State spring game since 2015 when Cardale and JT were in a quarterback battle. If I were to think like recently, if there could have been like a big possible spring interesting, 2019 was a little cool, like Justin Fields' first time in. But like there wasn't a real like quarterback battle. That's kind of where I'm basing this off of. I guess last year to a degree, McCord and Devin Brown, but McCord was the starter.
You weren't so hyped out on either of them.
No, I was not hyped on either. I mean, I knew in April last year it wasn't going to end up great. But this time around, a lot of big name guys in that quarterback room. Obviously, Will Howard's going to get a lot of playing time, but Julian Sand, Aaron Noland, Devin Brown, Lincoln Keenels. I'm very excited to see what all these guys do. I'm also expecting one or two of those guys to hit the portal right after the game when the spring transfer window opens on the 16th, next Tuesday.
You're saying between Aaron Noland, Howard, and
Aaron Noland and Sand, I don't expect to leave, but like Lincoln Keenels is 100% gone, and Devin Brown, I kind of like.
You want him to leave, but he might not.
If Julian Sand has passed Devin Brown, which it's kind of sounding like, then I just don't see a reason for Devin Brown to stay.
Other than the fact that he said he wasn't a bitch and was
he said he's competing. He's not leaving. He's not afraid. And hell yeah, I love that mentality.
We love that mentality from our QB4. That's great.
Yeah, no, I'm just shit. Like he doesn't have a future here. So it would not surprise me at all.
It would be ironic if he transferred to Michigan and then beat you guys.
that would, I mean, actually be the worst thing that could possibly happen. But I mean, if we're going to talk about that real quick, it appears that Michigan is very, very concerned with their quarterback room right now and are looking to add someone in the portal when it opens on Tuesday. Also, Berm, one of the biggest names in Ohio State beat writers, he was asked about potential exits out of Ohio State in the portal. And some fan asked if there was a hypothetical line set over under 7.5 players leaving, what would you take? And he comfortably responded the over. So, you know, this is just the era of college football. Transfer portal happens. Players leave all the time. But what has me more interested is that Berm kind of reassured Ohio State fans, don't be too worried about our players leaving because we're about to have a couple additions that you'll forget about the guys who left pretty quickly after you see who comes in. I'm not saying like a big time starters coming in, but maybe a younger top recruit might be transferring coming over to Ohio State. But what has me extremely interested for April 16th, Everett, is that our Lord and Savior, when it comes to college football, Josh Pate is saying that a very notable set of All-Americans are contacting other teams, negotiating NIL deals, planning on leaving. But Josh Pate doesn't think that the coaches of these players even know that they're going to enter the portal. He thinks there could be some major coaching staffs who are shocked to see some of their star All-American players enter the portal in a couple of days here.
So does this mean you have some intuition as to who these players are? Because set it up pretty nicely right now.
They are strongly indicating that Will Johnson is gone. That's kind of the hint I'm getting. And it's also come out, Michigan parents are now complaining that they haven't received the payments that they were promised when it comes to NIL, and they're still waiting on the money to come. And if that doesn't come in 6 days here, well, you might have some parents thinking, well, my kid might be better off somewhere else that does pay him what they claim they will. So I don't know exactly. People are floating around maybe of Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant to leave. I don't think either of them will, personally. Will Johnson, though, has me very interested. That one has me very interested. I don't think he's going to go to Ohio State, guys. No, I'm not saying that, but I know him and Damani Jackson are very close, and Alabama might be interesting for him. So that's just what I've been hearing. Nothing's confirmed. And then, yeah, the Bear Alexander enters the portal, and about 8-9 hours later, start hearing rumors that somebody in the USC booster department upped that NIL package, and he'll be coming back. And then, of course, now he's back. So that's just kind of the era we're in now. I guess players, if you want to exercise your power over wherever you're playing at, just hit the portal.
Yeah, that's a little contract renegotiation right there.
Yeah, straight up.
And then there's gonna be the couple players where they overestimate their value and then end up in.
Oh yeah, no, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. I mean, shit, to a degree, like Caden Proctor, you could say maybe was like, oh shit.
Well, no, Caden Proctor's just soft. Like that's completely different.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we are Proctor haters on that on this pod. Should have gone to Ohio State, piece of shit. But yeah.
I know that there's discussions of allowing players to transfer unlimited times with no repercussions.
I think they're more likely than not going to approve that.
I'm okay with the portal and I like the way things are right now, but I do hate that. I don't like that for a multitude of reasons. The first being like most players, obviously their focus is athletics, right?
Yeah.
That's their focus. But yeah, a lot of these guys are going to start transferring who aren't going to have a future in the NFL. And that's going to fuck over their future. And then on top of that, like, let's say right now, right? You have a player, he transfers to a school where, like, who was it? Spencer Sanders last year transferred to Kentucky. Dumb fucking decision.
Ole Miss.
Just
sit behind Jackson Dart.
Right? Dumb decision, right? And maybe let's say he was a year younger, whatever. Loses that competition, immediately leaves, goes to a different school. Okay. Why the fuck in the first place would you transfer to Ole Miss? If you were going to be putting yourself in a
100%.
situation where you were not going to win or you were going to be a backup. I get maybe sometimes you're like, oh, I want to learn or whatever. Your whole point of transferring is to compete to win, right? Like your objective is to be the starter somewhere. Yeah, so make the decision first. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to waste a year here. Then I'm going to go here, waste another year, and then I'm going to play. If you're good, you're good. Go play somewhere. If you suck, don't start bouncing around to like 7 schools. Like that just
like what you were bringing up. Like I'm kind of just thinking like this. Like, do you think there's a large amount of players that would be willing? Well, I just thought of one, but we'll get to him in a sec. But like, do you know many players that will want to take a cut in playing time for some extra NIL? Like,
I mean,
at the end of the day, like the playing times, like,
look, there's always going to be players who value money more than the sport itself.
Of course.
And that's not everybody, but I would say there's a large population of players where that is the case, i.e. Bear Alexander.
I was just saying Quinshon Judkins literally took
Proctor.
a PT cut, go to Ohio State and get more.
So like there's going to be there's a lot of players that are like that. The other thing though is like, I get it from a standpoint of, hey, you know, like maybe I'm not getting as much playing time now. I've already transferred. I need to transfer again. Right. And maybe that wasn't your decision. Maybe you came in, you started, and then over time with injuries or something, you lost that position. Right. Like I get that.
Yeah.
But it is not going to be used that way. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And it's going to be used where we're going to end up having players who have been through 9 schools, like JT Daniels. Oh my, that's with the rules how it is right now. And he played for what? USC, Georgia,
West Virginia,
Georgia, and Rice.
I totally forgot about
5 schools?
Georgia.
USC, Rice, West
Wiped
Virginia.
that from my mind.
Hold on, is that 4 or 5 schools? USC, Rice, 4. West Virginia. That's 4 schools for one player.
He never spent more than a year and a half at any of his colleges.
Like, I don't understand why things need to be open more, especially if you're in season, by the way, and you've already transferred somewhere. Like, being like, that's the thing that I hate, is if you transfer in somewhere and that second portal window opens again, and you're just like, all right, see ya. Like what Caden Proctor did, like that sucks.
Yeah, it's not like that's not the intention of the transfer portal. Like,
no.
There was a period of time where, yes, the transfer rules were too harsh. Like players, you were essentially locked into wherever you went because you would have that 1 year suspension from playing. But like those rules were in place. Like thinking that a player who would transfer out, like going to a new school, I think the NCAA, they tried to justify it being like, oh, you know, that player might need a year to adjust to his environment, like get his academics in order.
Looking academically.
I mean, we all know that at the end of the day, these top college players,
they don't. Most, well, let's say 98% of them don't care. Some of them still want to get their degrees, which I respect them for. I respect them for.
I'm just thinking of a top guy who demands $1 million plus in NIL, like. His goal is to go to the NFL.
No, but also like that guy, by the way, if you want to give him unlimited transfer requests, right? That guy could do what Caden Proctor just did. He could start, let's say, Ohio State, right? Let's say he starts at Ohio State, gets $1 million. He's like, all right, you know what? I got my $1 million here. I'm going to go to USC, gets his mill from USC, immediately transfers. There's nothing the NIL collective can do about it. They just spent $1 million on a dude who just is taking it and leaving. Goes to another school and just starts bouncing.
Well, I guess
around.
Unless you're Michigan, you don't pay the full contracts.
Yeah,
but
that's a problem.
Yeah.
But then you're just bouncing around schools, just collecting money, not even really with an intention of staying there, just because you know you can get the money. And you'll obviously play because you're going to have to commit to a school at some point and play the season. But like, there's going to be guys who are just literally bouncing around with a sole intention of getting money from those collectives with no intention of actually playing for the school. And that's going to be a whole other problem. Because
100%.
You're going to have to rewrite the NIL rules. You're going to have schools who no longer can recruit certain players.
Well, more so, maybe just write NIL rules.
No, yeah. Well, let's say hypothetically, right? Let's say you have a 4-star, whatever, it has to be a 5-star, getting paid $1 million, right? Let's say for whatever reason, let's say he does
right out of high school.
Yeah. Let's say he does what Travis Hunter did, right? He goes to a G5 program. He goes to a lower program. I'm going to rebuild this program. Gets $1 million, gets the whole NIL collective. right? And then just leaves. Now you've destroyed an entire program's future because of the fact that the NIL rules are not up to code, and you can transfer out whenever you want. You're doing what Caden Proctor did. And Caden Proctor doing this right now is setting a bad precedent for players, which obviously, players, get your bag, get your money, right? But there's a difference in respect, responsibility, and sportsmanship when it comes to these things and getting your money. You're going to get your money either way. So I don't really know. I think when it comes to those kind of things, it gets tough, because also when you get $1 million and you're bouncing around, you're taking that money away from other players that could get a scholarship to go to those schools that might not otherwise.
I would also just say it's like, there was a story last season of an Ole Miss defensive lineman who skipped weeks of practice, ghosted all of his coaches, and like recorded a meeting of him in Lane Kiffin's office thinking the public would be on his side, and Lane Kiffin just chewing him a new ass. But it's like every point Lane Kiffin made there being like, son, you are getting paid a lot of money to be on this team. You have a scholarship provided for you. The bare minimum is responding to my text. Like, if you have mental health problems, that's one thing. I want to help you out. But that's not a reason for you to just not respond to anybody in the program for a month. Like, if you are a player on scholarship, like, you are held to higher standards because you're taking up a scholarship spot. Like, they do demand more out of you because they are investing more into you. Like, that just makes sense. And it's like, one thing that Ohio State has been very concerned of is, potential guys that could be leaving in this window in 6 days. Spring ball is about to wrap up. I mean, and kind of going back to the Michigan thing, how they might not know Will Johnson's leaving or something. There could be a lot of players right now getting the majority of first team reps, and they will not be on that team in 6 days. And their coaches don't know that. But like, it's a whole different approach when it comes to spring practice. Like, hey, I noticed that before Julian Sain just got his black stripe off in April, Lincoln Kienels was the youngest quarterback to ever have his removed from Ohio State, even though he clearly is not the best Ohio State quarterback, true freshman in recent memory. And it's like, why? Like, Ryan Day had to remove Julian Sain's black stripe, or else he might have just hit the portal. Like, I can't take that black stripe to mean anything, knowing what era we're in now. So that was just something I was thinking of. Like, spring practice, you kind of need to approach differently. Like, shit, a guy you think may be leaving, you might have to force him into a majority of the reps in fear that he leaves. But at the same time, he might just be leaving regardless. And it's like, well, shit, what are we even doing here?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think for like, most players would like the opportunity to have as many transfers as they want, but because I think some people are gonna abuse the system on it, I don't know if it's best for either the players' well-being or school's well-being. Because also, on top of that, at the end of the day, majority of athletes come to get their degrees, and if you are somebody who doesn't have a future, like, let's say you're a backup, right? You're not playing the NFL. You'll get some reps, but you're not playing the NFL. Your goal, like, while you might still be focused on football, like, you need to get that degree. And if you transfer like 7 schools, it's gonna make things a fucking shit show for that. So, like,
I mean, straight like Ohio State, like, a big part of their like walk-on recruiting, I think, is like they talk about like the Ohio State alumni network. Like, shit, Stetson Bennett has a job for life in Athens, Georgia, for life, because of what he did there, despite his NFL career and any issues he's going through right now. Like, he is a legend in that town forever. And it's like, I can think of former Ohio State players didn't have NFL careers, and they're all doing lit ass things in Columbus because it's like, oh, you played Ohio State football? I love Ohio State football. I will hire you because you played for Ohio State football.
Right. No, exactly.
Simple as that. Like, it's not rocket science. So,
in comparison, JT Daniels might be selling cars because he didn't make a Didn't make a stamp on any of the schools he was at.
Yeah, like yeah, literally. So looking at it from that angle, a little slightly different. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of the college football news I had. Last little thing, number 1 wide receiver, class of 2025, who I think is technically still committed to LSU right now, but a lot of people are saying he has decommitted from them. He will be attending the Ohio State spring game this weekend. I believe right now he is favorited. I think it's with Texas, who's favorited to land him, but let's just say Ohio State, Devin Sanchez, one of our top recruits, was tweeting out LSU Tex fans, say your last goodbyes once he comes to Columbus. It's locked. So I kind of forgot that the player or the people who have the least amount of restrictions when it comes to tampering are the current recruits also in that class. So everyone currently committed to Ohio State 2025, they are spamming the shit out of Decory Moore right now, trying to get him to come. So Devin Sanchez, you do you. If you need any support, let me know. I will help as much as I can. Let's bring more. Bring more home. Bring more home. I want to see Sayan to JJ Smith, Mylan Graham, and Decorian Moore 2026. Make it happen. My God. Hey. Wow. Now I said that out loud. Wow.
Would be an all-time recruiting class.
Or just that passing offense would.
Yes.
Oh my God. Wow.
Wow. Okay. I don't really know how much other stuff. I mean, there's a little bit in the NFL we can talk about. I don't know if you want to talk about the Prem.
Whoa, I did not think you were going to bring that up. I'm not going to address. I'm not going to address the Prem. If I were going to address anything, it would be the Champions League. And my God, yesterday's Champions League games, bangers, absolute bangers. Let's just say, not looking too good for the Premier League boys. All right, I expect a little bit more out of City and Arsenal, but we'll see. See, we might have some early exits out of the English guys. We'll see.
One thing I will say, we don't give them enough credit for a multitude of reasons. The NBA is about to reach the playoffs. We'll see how the turnout is there. Coming up close. Anthony Edwards for up 50 in front of 50 Cent. Might be the all-time greatest 50 bomb, physically dropping 50 in front of 50 Cent.
That's the best 50. That's the best 50 burger.
First career 50, by the way, from him, and he hit one before Shea.
Wow.
Shai Alexander.
Really? That was his first?
I think so.
If you would have told me he's had 7 50-point games in his career, I wouldn't have even blinked twice.
No, I would not have either. I wouldn't have either. Other thing with the Timberwolves, by the way, obviously you know that they've had
tell me the A-Rod news. What just went down? I was kind of seeing.
So Glenn Taylor is the notorious owner of the Timberwolves, who has had a lot of problems with player relations. He drove Kevin Garnett basically away out of town. Kevin Garnett hates him. Has had a lot of problems when it comes to the fan base, whatever. A-Rod and Mark Taylor, I think his name is Mark Lore, whatever his name is, were supposed to buy the team. The deal fell apart, whatever happened. Today, reports came out and said that Glenn Taylor backed away from the deal because reportedly the A-Rod group wanted to cut player payroll. They wanted to cut the payroll down from what it is right now, which accordingly, Glenn Taylor was like, hey, I want the team to keep competing. If we cut down the payroll, they're not going to compete. Don't know if that's accurate or not, but if it is, props to Glenn Taylor for actually kind of nutting up for once and doing one for the team, for the fan base. Don't really know what's going on there. There's a lot of he said, she said, just random unknown stuff going on.
My very first thought thing is, when it comes to the NBA, I'm looking at right now, only one team in the NBA is under the salary cap, the Utah Jazz. That is it. Now,
wait. The Pistons aren't even under the salary cap.
Someone has an awful contract there. I know somebody does, but the way that NBA works with bird rights, and if a player has 3+ seasons with your organization, you're allowed to go over the cap.
Yeah,
like
bird contracts.
To a degree, the salary cap like doesn't really exist in the NBA. And so real quick, when I hear they want to slash salary cap in terms of what they spend, it's like, well, that's obviously very dumb because everybody in the NBA is over the salary cap. And if you're like one of two teams who aren't, you're obviously not.
Yeah, just look at the MLB and look at what's going on with the Oakland A's.
However, at the same time, I think as the NBA salary cap has risen, but the values of supermax contracts have not risen, what I think this is doing is it's making role players or key players now way overvalued. Yes. Way overvalued because that space is available. But the LeBron James of the world, like, I'm pretty sure the maximum amount of money LeBron is allowed to make is like 50 to 60 million. Like, the Lakers couldn't give him an 80 million contract if they wanted to, even though he would probably deserve it. But like, because of that, we see Fred VanVleet getting 45 million in Houston. What are we talking? What? 45 million for Fred VanVleet? I mean, great ship win. The tooth chip Drake story was amazing. Great moment, but $45 million.
Father Fred.
Holy shit. Like, bum 8-man players are getting 10 to 15 million a year in the NBA. Like, it's absurd. And it's like, the Timberwolves, I can get on board with like, okay, we're not paying like Jaden McDaniels 14 million. Like, what the hell are we doing? From that angle, yes. But like, if you and the Utah Jazz are gonna be the only two teams under the salary cap, well, GG, you're not winning anything.
Yeah, speaking of which, Drew Holiday just signed a 4-year extension worth $135 million.
I know the Celtics are by far the number one team in the NBA right now. They have that first place locked up, best record by far. But what the hell? What?
I did see, by the way, because I know you're going to get into this, is a good transition. I did see today, somebody asked when Jackson Holiday got elevated to the MLB, he got welcome to the show today. Somebody asked if he was related to Drew Holiday. For those who aren't aware, Jackson Holiday is extremely white. Drew Holiday is
oh my god.
So that I don't really know how that relation would work, but
like, oh my god, that's amazing.
Also, Drew Holiday is like 12 years older than him,
and Drew Holiday has many brothers in the NBA. You think Jackson Holiday is just also a brother? No. Can you hear anything background? There is a car outside of my apartment blasting.
I hear some birds. I heard a bird. Maybe that's at my house. I don't really know. No,
yeah, that's outside. That's outside. That's loud.
Is there a car in your apartment?
That's I don't know. Maybe USC Soccer's run a little scrimmage right now. I am across the street from the soccer field, so that could be a thing. Can't say I'm a big Trojan soccer head. I apologize for all the USC soccer faithful. I can't say I'm one of you. But Drew Holiday really just got these contracts are out of hand. There's no other explanation.
Okay,
what did I just read?
With the MLB, though, with Jackson Holiday getting elevated, is he the fastest elevation since Bryce Harper?
In recent memory, it is very, very fast. If I were to, off the top of my head, think of anyone who could possibly be sooner,
I think it would be Bryce Harper.
Potentially he who may not be named, that used to play for Tampa. I'm pretty sure it's not in the minors very long. Good. They erased his minor league stats from Baseball Reference. Good. I don't even want to check to see if WF did it, but
well, he did do it. That's been established, but
I know Juan Soto played less than him. Juan Soto was a teenager when he made it.
Well, Jackson Holiday is he 19 still?
20. I wish he was 19 so bad. That made me so mad when I saw he just turned 20 like 5 weeks ago.
Orioles really had an opportunity. Really had an opportunity.
They could have done something special.
They should have called him up on his birthday. They should have called him up on his birthday. He should have played his first game on his birthday. Talk about storylines.
Well, that would have been spring training. He may have gone deep in spring training on his birthday. He was really good in spring training too, but like they didn't start him off in the MLB right away because by waiting like these first 2-3 weeks, they delayed another year of his free agency.
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
Got to be smart, guys. Got to be smart.
The Orioles are cooking with those players, though.
Have you seen their AAA hitting stats as a team? I think they have 7 players with over 1,000 OPS.
How's their bullpen though?
They got Felix Bautista, who might. I think Edwin Diaz low-key might still be the best closer. I think he's better than Hader. Hader's been getting lit up, but
Felix Bautista's up there.
I know your guy Duran. I know. And Clase. Those are all my guys there.
If Yohan Duran was on the block and the Dodgers could get him, I would be beyond happy.
I was looking at his contract status. He hits ARB1 next season. I do not think Duran. I don't think the Twins will even consider trading him for another 2 years.
No.
Yeah, he's not leaving Minnesota. Yeah, it would be cool. It would be very sweet. Cool, but literally we got a
by the way,
you know who
I think could be a phenomenal closer for the Dodgers. It will never happen because we need him in the bullpen, coming out of the bullpen. But Bruzdar as a closer, be kind of fun.
So this is the thing. I would think potentially he's so weird. He, despite throwing 103 mile an hour airbender sinkers, okay, he does not generate swing and misses. And for my closer, we need strikeouts.
That's confusing. How does it
makes no sense?
Not as much movement on the sinker? Like,
well, this is one thing. No movement, crazy. Yeah, I mean, you've seen the clips. What the hell?
Spin rate? Like what?
Speed,
what's going
crazy.
on?
Spin rate. His sinker has one of the lowest spin rates of all sinkers in the MLB, despite being 103 and all that break.
Maybe we need him to learn how to throw a knuckle.
I don't know, but shit. I will say for Bruzdar, like, we just need to get him healthy. And it's like, bro, if you're going to be throwing 103 mile an hour sinkers, like, how many more pitches?
Well, here's my question. Do you think Evan Phillips is a better closer than Bruzdar could be?
Yeah. And he's shown it just because he can get those.
Is Evan Phillips officially listed as the closer now? Is he just still bullpen guy? Like reliever.
I mean, technically I don't think he was formally listed as the closer last year, but shit.
No, he wasn't. He was listed as a reliever last year.
24 saves. 20 led the team. Like he was the closer. Right now this season we are using him as the closer. I remember a couple days ago it was like, hey, Evan Phillips not available today. Like we might need like Vesia to close this shit out. Oh God.
Vesia is, I think, having one of the worst starts to a season that I have seen a relief pitcher have.
He's been awful. I also did not have Chris Taylor being literally the worst player in the MLB on my bingo card.
You didn't think that was I thought that was a possibility. He has shown how fucking bad he is over the past couple of years.
Now, below average, I was expecting that, but worst player in the MLB, I didn't think that would happen. I didn't think that.
I want to look at what's Vesia's. Vesia's pitched 6.2 innings, and he has honestly not even. He has a 4.05 ERA. I thought it was going to be much worse than that. That's all right.
The problem with him is he is our only lefty reliever, and anytime the other team, their 1 through 4 hitters are just clearly righty.
When did Bobby get blown up?
Don't look at his last 2 starts. Don't.
Did he get blown up today? Well, they only had 3 scores today.
Gloss over it. You know, he'll be back on track.
Who the fuck is this guy? JP Firesen?
Oh, he's a baller. Is he Astros still?
No, he's on our team.
Oh. I'm thinking of a different JP.
He has 27. He has a 27 ERA.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Varland is a 13. Like, dude, who are these people?
Like right now, we got a little screwed. Blake Trinan taking that comebacker off his ribs. Like we're still waiting on him to come back. We're still waiting on Bruzar to come back.
Kyle Hurd's playing pretty well though.
We optioned him down, so I had some hope for Kyle. I had some hope, Everett. I thought we could do something.
We do stupid things sometimes. James Paxton's playing pretty well though.
He's been a very pleasant surprise.
Yamamoto has come down a little bit since that first start, which was really nice to see.
Last two starts, Everett. I believe if I have my math and my memorization correct, 10 innings, 10 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, no runs, 12 strikeouts or 14 strikeouts. He looked very good over his last two.
10 innings, 5 hits,
2 walks,
2 walks, 13 strikeouts.
14 strikeout, 13 strikeout. Shit, I was close.
You were close. You were very close.
I'll be honest. My favorite time of the year in the MLB is start of the season. After every morning, the first thing I do is recheck the updated stats because they move so much after every game. Because there's just such little data right now. I love it. This is my favorite time of the year.
I mean, dude, Will Smith having a 412 batting average too. Like,
if I done it for
10 years, correct, dude.
If I have this correct, Everett, Will Smith is batting over 500 with runners in scoring position this season.
Probably the only guy who's remotely close to batting 300 with runners in scoring position right now.
Like straight up, just because of our front three, like Will Smith has the chance here to just drop a 130 RBI season. He has the opportunity. Stop it. Stop it.
037 batting average is wild. That is wild.
I just remember how excited I was when we extended him. I will never forget time myself. He is the key. Are you hearing these fraud alerts? Because
I am hearing them. I am hearing them
perfectly with Chris Taylor. Great job, LA Fire Department. But it's absurd how awful Chris Taylor is. Kike's also just been awful. Ironically, Miguel Rojas has an 890 OPS, of course, because that's how this shit works. And hey, Outman we've been booping on a little bit, but he's picking it up. Okay.
And he did hit a home run the other night to essentially win the game.
Getting some RBI knocks too. And like, I don't need like a 270 batting average out of you. I don't need an 800 OPS. I just need you to be accurate. Okay. Hitting wise. I need plus fielding out of you, which he's giving us. I know we have concerns after last playoffs. I know. But statistically, he is one of the best fielding center fielders in all of baseball. So let him stay. Let's have him play every day. I don't want to be seeing Kike playing center against lefties. Let Outman hit against the lefties. Let him do it. Screw it. Even though he has negative slugging against them, I don't care. Let him play every day. And we just pray that he can just be an everyday 7-hitter behind Teoscar.
I'm okay with that. Everybody's 7 through 9 is not going to be fantastic. So considering that the Dodgers 1 through 4 is, I would say, elite.
I mean, there's only one team right now whose 7 through 9 is noteworthy, and they are in Atlanta. But that's it. That is it.
Yeah. I think that it is. The Dodgers situation is a very nice one to have. I'm not complaining about it. It sucks when we're losing because you can't rely on them for shit. But you know what? I'm okay with it.
I mean, just real quick, the team record. We're doing really well right now. We're 10-5, 66% win rate. Nothing to complain about there. So looking nice.
Yeah, I mean, also looking at the NFL a little bit, there's not much going on right now other than uniforms. Rules have been updated. You can now have a third helmet. Oh my God. Now I have a third helmet. It'll be interesting to see what teams do. I'm going to be honest. A lot of Vikings fans want them to have a white helmet. I don't think that's going to happen, which would be kind of nice, a white out with a white helmet. Pretty fire.
I
fire.
Like, actually, you tell me, because I feel like you got a strong opinion. Maybe I could give an Ohio State answer just because it's just a classic helmet. But like the Vikings helmet right now is just so clean. I love it so much. The matte purple, the horn size is also perfect. It also looks a little 3D to a degree.
The best helmet that the Vikings have is currently the throwback helmet that we got last year. That helmet is fire. I don't know if you've seen that, but it is phenomenal. Like that is my favorite helmet. It's got a matte
the Randy Moss era.
What?
Like that.
No. I'm saying this last season we got throwback uniforms.
I'm gonna look up
the helmet for that uniform is probably my favorite one we have. It's got a matte gray face mask, a matte finish on the side, and it's kind of thinner horns, but it still's fire. It looks sick. I like that more than the normal helmet.
And like the horns are kind of still the exact same.
They're a little bit skinnier, but yeah, they're about the exact same. I think that
just think the horns on the Vikings, it's so good. The horns, like they're so good. I'm just looking at it now. Like there was a period of time where the Chargers bolt just looked just a little off.
I like the Chargers bolt.
I think they got it down now, but there was a period of time where it was like they had the.
It was like skinny and kind of like yeah, they had the number underneath. Like
stop it, too much sauce, too much. But yeah, like when I think of like
I did see, I don't know. I think maybe it is that the actual Texans new uniforms, which by the way I forgot that they did. But I think they updated their helmet. It could be a concept that I saw. Maybe it's the real thing, but I think they now kind of have similar Vikings, Eagles kind of ideas with the helmet on the side, and they have.
Are they trying to do like horns instead of a logo now?
I think they have long horns on the side of the helmet now.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how it'll work out for them. Like that Houston Texans logo is just very iconic in my mind. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with that. Broncos also are doing a uniform revamp, which is going to be interesting.
Oh, I've heard about this.
I don't know if this is just me. I do like the Broncos uniforms a decent amount. I love that dark blue alternate that they have.
Yeah,
pretty fire.
It looks nice.
Pretty nice. That's what I would hope would be their home jersey. Fuck the orange. Fuck that shit. Give me that dark blue and orange. That's fine. That's fine.
I just really want a dark blue Chargers throwback, and the key here is I need a blue face mask. Okay, like
well, you know what I think you guys should do?
Need a dark blue face mask.
That electric blue is pretty fire. You guys just have a white helmet, right?
Yeah, the white just with the two bolts. Yeah.
If
I
you
think
guys
maybe
did like
they have different face masks.
You guys had a matte black helmet for like the blackout like navy uniforms, that'd be pretty fire.
Yeah, like those dark blue navy, which like to a degree almost even look like black uniform. Like those are my favorite. I love those so much. Obviously,
like, do you have
blues are iconic?
Do you have like kind of more of that electric blue uniform? Like, do you have a helmet for that?
For those throwbacks? Or are you talking?
No, you're just all white. I'm telling you, with those, I'm saying if you had like the electric blue, if you had an electric blue helmet with a yellow face mask,
yeah, you can get me on board with that.
I think that'd be pretty fire. That'd be pretty fire.
I just feel like recently, like it's just the yellow face mask. It's okay. Like. I'm just a fan of darker colored face masks because it's like I'm just so used to seeing white or gray. Like, yeah, I want some edge. I want some edge on my helmet. Like Ohio State is just classic. Just
okay,
so plain, but.
With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rates 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. Make sure to follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett6 and at WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure to turn on notifications, subscribe to us so you don't miss a single episode. We post new TikToks every Tuesday to Sunday, so make sure to follow us there for exclusive content, as well as on Instagram at the WaterboyPod for exclusive content there as well.
Real quick before we wrap up here, because I'm just thinking about it. I know Jim Harbaugh, just as a motivation tactic in the locker room, he is putting all of the players' high school rankings next to their names. And right now, Everett, the second highest ranked recruit out of high school on the team is like third string right tackle Foster Sorrell. He was the number 7 recruit coming out of high school. Derwin's ahead of him. Derwin's number 1.
That should get you to kind of lock the fuck in. I'm just saying.
But when I was looking at that, I was thinking, what else could Harbaugh do as a motivation tactic? And I just thought helmet stickers, because Michigan.
I don't know if the NFL would allow that
in 2015. Yeah, that was my question. Is that banned from the NFL, helmet stickers? Or is it just like that's
I don't know.
I
think it's more so it looks like it's like unprofessional.
I think more so that back end. Like it's a motivation thing, the helmet sticker stuff. So like, but like Harbaugh would be the guy to implement that.
He would be.
If there was a head coach in the NFL that would do it, it would be Jim. But I guess it's just banned.
We'll see. I don't know. I haven't looked through the helmet policies thoroughly enough to know, but that'd be kind of cool. I don't know how the Chargers would do it. They'd probably do something stupid with a little bolt or something. I don't really know.
I don't know.
But with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.